Okay, boys, part 2 of the Galaxy DX979 with the no sound volumes from the speaker whatsoever. Well, yesterday morning I took a quick peek at this radio before work and trying to figure out why there was no audio from the radio. And it'll work with external speaker, but it won't work with internal speaker. And then I'm thinking, okay, maybe you needs a microphone connected. But no, you don't need the microphone connected for the speaker to work in this radio. What I have come across and what I've seen before with some particular radios is that the speaker jacks can actually fail. There's a little contact, little switch in there called a little leaf switch, whatever you want to call it, inside the microphone or inside the speaker jack, external speaker jack, that when you insert your plug, it moves this contact. Basically, it breaks the contact or shorts the contact depending on where the audio is going to. And when you disconnect, when you unplug it, that contact is supposed to go back down and then basically short across to two pins again to allow audio then to be routed to the speaker. So what I found is the speaker jack, external speaker jack in this radio is actually faulty. And how do you know that? Do you might ask? How do I know that? Easy. I can prove it with alligator clips. So simply by routing the audio from the input of the speaker jack to the speaker, we now have audio. So the speaker jack is 100% faulty. Now, the next thing is how much of a pain in the ass is it going to be to get that speaker jack out of that board. Well, chances are to get this speaker jack out of this board, more than likely what's going to happen, what I'm going to have to do is to release every single screw on this board, or release the front panel, and this board's going to have to shift this direction in order to get that jack out, because that jack is countersunk to the chassis of the radio. So I can either go through all this hassle, this whole hassle of removing every single screw in this case, front included, and move this ahead, or I can simply just put a jumper wire between those 2 points on the circuit board and call it a day. Well, to make it easier on myself, I'm going to jump those 2 points on that jack. You'll still get, what would happen basically is you'll get audio from the speaker all the time, and if you plug in an external speaker, you'll still get audio from it. You'll get external speakers volume as well as speaker at the same time. So we're just going to, or I'm just going to make an executive decision here, and I'm just going to jump out those 2 points on that circuit board and call it a day. So I got a little jumper wire. Basically all we're going to do, we're going to jump out to 2 spots on the board. Radio's off. So basically we're going to jump it from here, position A, to position B, which is right there. So that's as easy as that is. So now we're going to turn the radio on with the jumper intact. Okay, now, half sound. RF gain works. Volume works. And squelch works. It has some really nice audio. Some nice sound out of it. Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. Test 1 2, test 1 2. Testing 1 2 3. 1 2 3, 3 2 1. So, well, I had the radio upside down and the speaker reattached. I noticed that the meter here started working. That's on RF power. Put her on modulation. Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. Modulation works. Put her on SWR. According to this thing, she's either 1.5. Even though we know different. But the meter seems to be working when she's on her back. Let's just flip her over. And now she's right side up. Test. Modulation. Test 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 audio. That's modulation there. Yeah. Very cool. Alright, so we got the meter working on transmits. You might have some bad wiring here though. Sometimes radio keys, sometimes it won't. There you go. Skip missed it that time. Definitely got a bad wire, probably in that mic jack. So we'll have to take that apart and have a peek. But what we're going to do next is I'm going to put the RF signal generator here. Drive some signal into the receiver of this thing and see if we can get an S9 reading on the meter here. Okay, there's the RF signal generator here. Drive a signal into it. There we go. So the meter appears to be working fine again. Interesting. Alright, so I guess the next thing we'll do with this radio is see if we can't get the backlighting for the lettering working. See if we can do some of that ribbon cable with that plug. All the pins are broken off the plug, but we didn't put a couple jumper wires in there. Let's have a look. Okay, so bring your eyeballs to Exhibit A here. So that is the wiring for the EL lighting for the back lighting of the front panel. And as you can clearly see, pins are definitely not there. They're broke clear. So what we need to do is solder jumper wires between this plug and the board right there. And see if we can't get the backlighting on his radio to work. But let's have a peek here and see. Okay boys, so what I've done is I soldered 2 wires onto the 2 terminals that are on that plug. Small gauge wire. It's like 20 gauge or smaller. And then I've soldered the wires onto the board down there. And now I'm going to turn the radio on. Let me turn the light off on the camera here. Now I'll turn the radio on. You can see now that it all lights up. Turned off. Turned on. There we have it. The radio is now functioning normally. So I'll put the covers back on the radio, and then we'll look at the microphone over here. So far, so good. Okay, so we got another surprise package. So we've got nice wiring down here, nice solder job. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that just lovely wiring? Yeah. Looks like yeah. Yeah, let's rewire this, shall we? Okay, boys. So I redone the connection to the microphone, and she's still sporadic on transmit. There has to be a broken wire inside the mic cord itself. So if you're stretching out the mic cord, the radio may or may not transmit. So the only way to fix this problem is to replace the cord. Now I do have an old microphone, stock mic. So what I might do is just replace the cord on this mic with the cord on this microphone. Yeah. Anyway, chop chop, let's get her done. We'll get to this wiring in the next episode of the Galaxy DX979. All the best, folks. We'll be seeing you soon.